Had a good Xmas meal. I'm pleased to see that all my electronic equipment's still here. I was afraid somebody would come in and steal it all, knowing that I was out enjoying a Christmas party. Told people, uh, who knows, I might get COVID and die, and you guys have something to look forward to. It's called self-deprecating humor, and something to point out is that sociopaths, how you can tell you've got a sociopath or a psychopath in your midst is they can never self-deprecate. So if they don't ever self-deprecate, run away as fast as possible because they will manipulate. And this is what psychopaths, they get this at a very young age, how to manipulate people, and it's pretty much their one trick ponies for that kind of thing. And anytime I talk on chat, people will get upset for all the excessive chat. That's because they use cell phones and they're used to very short messages written really quickly that basically don't develop anything. These guys don't develop a deep relationship. There's a musician by the name of Sigrid. She's rather popular. She's 16. She has this really weird dance. Um, um, and she has a song called High Five, and it's about a guy who he can never develop a deep relationship with anyone. She actually says in the song that I would like to hang out with you. I'd like for us to go out and do things, but you would get upset at me for anything, so I just basically keep my distance. And he just lives for the high five, and at the end of the day, the high five is all you've got. You didn't develop any really good relationships. All it mattered was this really thin veneer of a relationship that we had that is nothing and for everybody, and all that matters to you is the high five. Nothing else does. And so that's the feeling I get whenever I talk to people that really don't use chat. But the reason why they don't use the chat is because Daybreak has no idea of how bad the chat can be if you fill it up with text. People would fill it up with text if it wouldn't slow down when it loads up. And the reason why it does that is because they didn't bother to tile the output of the chat. And if they tiled the output, then it would only draw whenever, hey, how's it going? You hate me. I can get that feeling right off. It's like, I recognize this guy. I want to drill his head in. I know it. So, anyhow, the high five, or okay. Anyhow, the thing is that I forgot what I was saying, but it's yeah. So anyhow, it's a good thing that as you get older, you lose your train of thought because it makes you well, the thing I was talking about was that the tendency to write lots of text, and that's because I'm a programmer and I like to get complete thoughts across, but people ignore lots of text. And it's probably the reason why Facebook, in Oculus, on the Oculus Quest, they don't permit copy and paste, is because they want people doing that. They want people to have face-to-face social interaction. And you will find that that is the best way of transferring knowledge, because you can stop somebody. You can kind of get an idea that they don't get what you're saying over the mic, because you can kind of read more of their body language. That text is really poor for communicating context. So if somebody's being sarcastic, they have to use a certain set of words. But if their words fall on the wrong culture, if your cultures are not the same, then sarcasm and things like that just won't reach over. And so you'll be thinking you're talking to somebody who really is stupid or something, and the reason why is because they don't share your culture. They don't share your worldview. And that's what they call a worldview. A worldview is your perception of the world, what you consider to be true, what's important, what's not. Everybody's got a different worldview, and where people meet, and this is what presidents do, leaders do whenever they have summits, is they meet and greet each other, but when they talk about stuff, it's kind of hard for them to communicate what they need to the other guy because the cultures are different. There's so many things in the way of communicating information. And if they do, some cases they'll have translators, and translators will actually translate the ideas into the other person's language, including cultural misperceptions, so that that person won't misperceive what the guy is saying that they're talking to. But in the cases when they don't, they might actually have it worse because you don't have that intercessor, that guy's going to do the translation as he's translating the stuff. Because communication, language, when you learn a language, there are two things that matter. And one is that you use the right words, and two is that you understand the culture. And if you don't understand the culture, no matter what you say, it's going to come over confused, and they will not have any fucking clue what you're saying. And that's what I get most of the time here, because I'm an older person. I have different words, I have different understandings, a different perception. I grew up with different shows, and you don't share that culture or my worldview, so you will be confused by a lot of what I have to say. So it's more just a lack of, and where people meet and discuss things is called apologetics. It's an area of, it's kind of a science. It's a science and an art all in one, and it's about how you transfer knowledge from one person to another. Where you try to figure out what you agree on, where your Venn diagram of your intersection, the intersecting part in a Venn diagram of your communication meets up, and then to understand how you differ, and then to understand how to communicate other ideas so that you increase that intersection area that you can agree on. And that's important. And one of the king of apologetics in the area of theology and beliefs and philosophy is a guy by the name of Ravi Zacharias. He's Christian, but he was born into India, and one of the major things in India is pantheism, the idea that you worship gods that represent various sorts of things. And it's not really a religion, it's really just an extension of superstition. It's the idea that if you don't worship the right gods, if you have a calamity, then you know who to blame. It's the one person in your community who didn't worship the right gods, you see. And one of the things that Jesus addressed was superstition, Jewish superstition, like that if you drowned in the lake, you'd go to hell. And he had to take his apostles everywhere and say, this is not an entrance to hell. That's not an entrance to hell. This is superstition. You shouldn't fall for this crap. And that's the reason why he said, that you, with faith, you move mountains and stuff. Faith is the ability to go in places that you fear, and the fear is the anti-faith. And faith is being able to go to places and do things where there's a lot of confrontation, where there's a lot of political correctness and faith-saving. And faith-saving is an attribute of sociopathy and psychopathy. And they use it, and they understand faith-saving, and they understand how to pick at the attributes of a person. If they've got anything to fear, that's the thing they latch on first, because they know that if they can find your fears, they can latch on to you and control you. And you will see that in the chat system. They will find something that I fear, or they think that I fear, and they'll latch onto that. And so, like I'll say, I have a playlist on my site, and one guy piped up and he says, well, they can take down YouTube accounts. And I said, you don't understand. I can do this, and YouTube can't do shit to me, And the guy wouldn't understand, but he was picking for something that I might fear that I might lose my YouTube account, which doesn't matter to me at all, okay? And I've had YouTube accounts removed before, and it's a 3 strikes you're out rule, and how you do it is you claim that you've got copyright infringement. And I know now you can actually test that. If they're not going to bring up a lawsuit unless they want to fork over the money to do that. And so it really, that I think that's what a majority of the guys that put up illegal content on YouTube do, is they contest it, and the other party probably won't contest it unless they can prove that it's their content, and they get their stuff taken down, and the person just goes off and buys a phone and sets up another account, and they're off again. You know, how many relatives you know that don't have YouTube accounts? You can use their cell phones to establish new YouTube accounts, new Google accounts. You know, I'm sure Google has this problem all the time. So anyhow, I'm going to do something, I don't know what. I think we're going to go off, and I turned off my audio completely. And the reason why I did this in Planet Size, because I had this one guy that was bugging me, named Lick Me something or other, and he'd just show up and like be a complete asshole. I mean, people hate me, but that guy really hates me. You know. He doesn't want to have, he doesn't want me to be anywhere. And I mean, if he really wants it, I'll just stay off the stream, and then you guys won't have anything to watch. And the thing is that I don't really care if you watch it now. There will be somebody down the road who might watch me, you know. There are people who follow me for some reason, not on my YouTube account. They follow me on the Sony PlayStation, like I'm going to play a different game, the Planet Side. I don't know, and I don't really have a deep-seated desire to develop relationships with anyone in games at all, because I will never know you. You know. I've been on the internet since '88, and I've never really known very much of anybody I met on the internet, except for Ton Rosendahl, the creator of Blender. We both know each other. However, these days he has less to do with me, because I got to be a little bit manipulative of the community whenever I was trying to encourage him to use the design docs and have the users of the program suggest the features, because he believed that programmers should be the only ones that should suggest features, or because they can implement. If they can implement them, then it's okay to have bring the features in. If you can't implement them, then there's no point in having you around. The thing about that is that you're not going to encourage users are not going to adopt your program unless you can maybe add some features that makes it easier for them to use. And so I was pushing that a lot with him, and eventually he adopted it. But I would, if you are questioning whether or not I was a part of the user group, you can go and check the old records, and you will see that I put up a tutorial for Submarine Demo. I was the guy that submitted with a guy named Mikasari it was a deck alpha for Ton to port Blender 2. I was also pretty much one of the guys who the community, I mean, Ton would send me email, and then I would go and train people on how to use Blender, and it was 2 guys usually. It was me and Bart Veldhuizen, and we would be doing it off and on. And I know enough to be dangerous around Ton. He knows I know enough about him, but I will not get into issues about him and all that stuff. I just know that he knows that you know, we know each other enough, and it's not like I'm dropping names or anything, but I could get into a great deal with that. But the thing is that The important thing to him and the important thing to me with Blender is that it's about fun. It's not about replicating Maya on in open source, because that's not important. And to understand that Maya, what sells it, who they sell Maya to, is small houses that can't make their own software. Pixar doesn't really use Maya. They will take an animator in who uses Maya, and then they'll transfer them to their own software because they write better software than Alias Wavefront could ever do. So their in-house software isn't Maya, it's their own software. And the reason why that is because they can retain the animators longer if their skill set is invested in the application that they're doing their animation in. So that's her. And the other thing is that Ton did a interview with Blender Guru, this guy from Blender Guru, and he said to him, he went and looked up the revenue or whatever for, I think it was he looked up the prospectus or something for Autodesk, who owns Maya, and he found out that all of 3D Studio Max and Maya properties or whatever represent only $100 million worth of sales every year, of revenue sales, and or something like that. And he did a back of an envelope calculation and computed in how much the software they were selling it for, like $5,000 a license, and he said that translates to about 13,000 licenses in the world of people paying for Maya. So schools, basically, all the schools teach people Maya. Then when they get a job in the real world, they don't end up using Maya. They use something else. They either use the software the company has or software they make themselves. And it's in their best interest, if you're a studio like Digital Domain, makes their own software. They don't use Maya. They use their own software. They have people there who code just phenomenal. They had a guy there who was a weight trainer guy, and he was a programmer, and he created a simulation of all the musculature of a human body, and was going to use it to simulate how muscles contract so that their characters would look more realistic. And that was back in the 90s that they were doing that. And I know a guy at Digital Domain, his name is Hank Driscoll, and he headed the I was at SIGGRAPH 97 as a volunteer, and I was much a jerk then as I am now. I said some things I shouldn't have, but I befriended Hank Driscoll, and he let me get in contact with Ken Musgrave, who has created a lot of textures and headed up. He did the pyroclastic effect in Dante's Peak, is what Ken Musgrave did. And I've met Ken Perlin, who is known for the Perlin noise function, which is all your marble textures pretty much. And I haven't met Jim Blinn, but when in the 90s when he was at SIGGRAPH, it was easy to pick Jim Blinn out of a crowd. He's basically taller than everyone in the crowd. He reminds me of Alan Parsons. Ton Rosendal's tall. He's like 6'8", 6'9", something around there. He's taller than me, and fairly. I know he's got to be heavier than me too, but he's a great guy. He's the friendliest guy you'll ever meet. He has some really held beliefs about how you're supposed to code programs, but the thing we had the hardest time with Ton was trying to get him to let go of the source code and let other people kind of own into doing it. But he still kind of controls it to some degree, and that's the reason why he calls himself the benevolent dictator. So I know Ton, okay, and I don't have to go through that a whole lot. And of course, he won't reply to any of my messages these days, and I think the deal is that he's got a lot of friends and he doesn't need me. So That's fine. Okay. Let's go and do some planet side. I had heard that there is a kind of a pornography where people like seeing other people get crushed. And I look at that picture and I'm just like, there's somebody in this game that really, either the artist who created that or whatever, they really enjoy having this violent, crushing shit in their art. And just the fact, the amount of violence that people want to see in this game is just phenomenal. And I'm just like, yeah, if you're ever in a real war, you'll realize that you never want to be in war ever again. Because unless you really do get off on seeing people crushed, then I'd say you're like the head crusher of Kids in the Hall. I crushed your head. You think you may have a great job, but it's nothing compared to me crushing your head. Ha 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 ha. You know. So. Okay, let's okay, what are we playing here? It's pausing. Everybody hates Hazen. You know, I point out that this is where every time you go out and you eat, take out, and you get your Asian food, there's this sauce called Hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce. This is where that stuff is brewed, is on this planet. So. I'm wearing jeans and suspenders will bug me if I'm sitting in a chair because they dig into my back. So that's what I like to think of as Hazen, is where they create the Hoisin sauce. It's the soybeans they got in these swamps. They grow the soybeans and then they brew it all right on the planet's surface, you know. So that we have Daybreak to thank for showing us the environment in which Hoisin sauce is made, because that's what Hazen is. It's just a big brewing area for Hazen sauce, and it comes from the blood, sweat, and tears of everybody who's involved in gaming on this planet. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. We're working TR somehow. It doesn't look like it's really working out all that well. How far in the alert are we? 33 minutes. Yeah, we're probably gonna win it unless TR and NC can decide to fight us wholly. Are they hot? Yeah, look, there's a big bottle up here. They shouldn't even be doing that. They should be focusing on us because neither of them is. I guess they're just like misery loves company. They're like, you know, you're not going to win to VS. I'm not going to win to VS. Let's just fuck each other up because we're not going to have any effect over VS. And then VS is kind of like, yeah, we'll just ghost cap you while you get so focused on each other. You know. That's what we're known for. That's us VS guys. We're the guys who ghost cap the rest of y'all. I mean, you do it to us sometimes, but we do it to you most of the time because we're really pretty damn good. Keep in mind that all of the best players are sucked up into the VS. It's the tendency. I'm not saying this just for me, but the guy that I was apprenticed to, Dark Roxas, recognized that all the best players end up on VS. And the reason why is because there's no bullet drop. And also you have these gaudy guns that no matter how effective they are, even if they're more OP or less. They're really, they're just really flashy and and terrifying to the infantry. Those move around whether or not they're getting killed by it or not. It's just like, I don't want to be in the way of that thing, you know. And so, whereas the TR, their guns are fairly good, but you never see the bullets. I mean, where are the bullets that come off of TR? You don't see them. And same with NC, the shotguns, you don't see that. But VS, you're seeing a lot of flashy stuff. And if you've ever taken any kind of martial arts, part of the reason why they will let out a yell is to catch you unaware, to distract you, and maybe scare you, and then it makes it that much easier to throw in the punch, because you might actually forget to, I guess, tense up to take on the blow. You will actually take in more damage from them just yelling out at you. It's a technique. It distract, confuse, you know, anything. Do anything to affect the psychology of the other person you're playing against. And some of the other guys that I play against will understand that some of the stuff I throw at people is psychological, but I don't really use it all the time like they do, you know. They control people all the time with psychology. What I try to do is I try to do things like, let's focus on this particular fight. They'll get so sucked in it because they're so greedy to win that fight, and while they're doing that, we can ghost cap them. You know, that's a technique. Keep them distracted. Keep the chair in their face. That's a common battlefield technique in Battlefield 2 and whatnot. That's where I learned it. Is that if you want to win the battle, you go up to the warp gate or the spawn of the enemy, and you sit there and keep them distracted so that they really never get past you to occupy the flags and win the game. So it's distraction. It's the Satan's best tool is distraction. And the people who can't handle distractions, who can't handle the stress of playing a game and actually use strategy, their brains are not going to work if they're overstressed. If you let stress control you, if you let people's manipulation control you, you will not be able to strategize. You will not be able to think of strategies to use against the other guys. And they will get you on chat, and they'll get you feeling bad about yourself. Anything to get you stressed. And if they can get you stressed, then your brain flies out the window, because then you feel like you're hopeless. You lose your confidence. All that stuff goes out the window. If you don't let it bug you, and you'll notice that whenever I chat with guys and they're like super arrogant and all this stuff, they're doing that to show you that you're not going to get a word in road with them, but that's because they don't want you to find anything they fear, because if you find something they fear, you might be able to actually pick them off and start cutting them down. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll use a comeback. You know, like some guy will say, "What is this stuff I'm seeing in chat?" And I'll say, "It's you talking." And everybody laughs, and then they just don't say anything ever again. You know, because it's really stupid when they say that stuff, you know. But they're not really thinking long and hard about what the comeback will be to what they're saying, you know. So when they talk about me, they say, "Oh, that guy, he just keeps talking." I actually show you where to get the ignore/command so you can ignore me. And I use it against them, and I never hear them, and they never hear me, you know. That kind of ended the whole discussion about that thing, because they really just wanted not to hear me. And they're the only guys talking. And they'll talk for the rest of the faction. They'll say, "You know, nobody really cares about what you say." And I say, "Well, how can you speak for everyone?" And that's where that ends, you know. It's like, you say you're speaking for everyone. I haven't heard anything so arrogant, you know, so selfish and self-centered in all my life, you know. But I'll say things like that, and nobody will. But I say self-deprecating stuff, They will never say a self-deprecating word about themselves because they think that that is a sign of weakness. And no, it's a sign of strength. If you can't face your own problems, then people are going to blackmail you. How long did it take for Charlie Sheen to admit he had HIV? And you're going to get that if you're hanging out with porn stars. You're going to get an HIV. You're going to get a blood-borne disease, and it wasn't satisfying enough to have what's her name as that model actor as his wife, just drop dead gorgeous lady. It wasn't enough for him to have that, and then on top of that, he had heroin or cocaine addiction. He was just like Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, every single supermodel that he ever had as a wife or friend, he just lost interest in. For him, cocaine was his wife. I mean, his drug addictions pretty much ruled him, and that was, I guess, Whitney Houston and her lover. It happens to all the celebrities because it's the only. When you become rich and famous, you lose your privacy. And then it's the same as a junkie on the street who's trying to deal with a life situation that's hard to deal with. You turn to drugs. See? So people never complain. They'll never point to the celebrity and say, look, that loser over there, but because he's making money, that loser is using drugs. But they'll think that of every single homeless person. And the thing they don't understand is that the homeless people that fall into drugs, they basically die off. The homeless that are still around, like years into their homelessness, that's a real situational problem. And the problem is not them, it's our fucking culture is the problem. It's the way we think about them. That's the fucking problem. And we still have problems with that. We have problems with racism. We have problems with our opinions of the homeless. And it's all centering around our preference to be complacent as fuck. And that's the number one problem of all the conservatives. I can name it outright. Complacency, complacency, complacency. They think by being complacent, they are going to be okay. But along comes COVID, kicks their ass, and they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle it because they are non-self-deprecating. They're all into their cliques. They hide inside their shell. And if something awful happens, they're worried about their people's perception of them in their own communities, how their own community is going to perceive them. So they have no capacity to actually come out and say what they really think. They'll always fall back on the conservative viewpoint and the complacency of not being able to actually do accurate historical research or anything and have a true comeback. All they have is heckling, which is no different than what Satan's demons do. And Satan will channel you if you have fear. If you don't have fear, they have no effect. So what you often see are people that are fighting me. Those are Satan's demons that are intent on trying to cut me down. And the reason why they're trying to cut me down is because I am in the world and I'm informing people and I'm having an effect on people's opinions of what's going on in the world may actually fix some problems. I'm not going to rule the world, because ruling the world is another thing Satan wants you to do, is he wants you to get suckered in the idea that you can control the world and bring peace on earth. That's all bullshit. Jesus didn't even fall into it. Satan said, Jesus, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world if you just worship me. And Jesus said, he just said no. And the reason why is because Jesus knew it's been fucked up and it will always be fucked up from here on out. It will never fix itself. John Lennon got killed by the one person who would never believe anything he said in the first place, and that was a schizophrenic. Okay? So, and the people that are into evolutionism, they don't understand that evolutionism has got no ounce of morality built into it. The morality that they're using was hijacked from Judeo-Christian values. They're bringing it in there, and then they water down the Christianity stuff, disown it, and what's going to do is they're going to fall apart. They're going to lose their Saturdays and Sundays. They're going to fall into survival of the fittest. And then they might do something like what Hitler did with evolution. He used it to justify his, his own totalitarian rule crap that, and he ended up killing off Jews, and the reason why is because he used evolution to justify the Jews as being an inferior race, and helped to get the Germans to side with him, because if you can get everybody to side with you, it's pretty easy to rule. So what he did is he got all the Germans to be self-righteous and say the Jews are the problem, the Jews are taking all our jobs away. What does this sound like? Trump. It's stereotypical Trump. And the reason why Trump did this is because he was inspired by Hitler, as is pretty much every ruler. They're all inspired by Hitler. It's like, how in the world did Hitler get to do this crazy stuff and make it work for such a long time? And everybody who rules understands that if you can get people distracted by one thing, then they're not going to be seeing you as the problem most of the time. So all you have to do is keep people distracted, because 20% of their praise is going to come to you, 80% is going to be complaints. Okay, so what do? You wash out all the complaints by saying the problem is the Mexicans coming across the border, or the illegals. They're the guys taking our jobs. We're going to build a wall. That's how we're going to solve this problem. And it's a simple idea, and all of the conservatives fall into it because a lot of them are just pretty much complacent dumb fucks. Okay, and I could say it outright. And they'll say, "What do you know?" And I say, "Well, you certainly don't know enough yourself." I can point out stuff that you don't know, and you'll just come back with, "Well, that isn't like what it was in the 50s." You guys probably don't know it, but there was no healthcare insurance in the 50s. It was Blue Cross Blue Shield, but it was government subsidized. It was social. It was a social insurance program. Okay, it can still work because all insurance is just probability and statistics applied to money. It's trying to determine your risk, and then determine where you can make the most money by collecting premiums from people. On the other side, it's trying to, if it was the government would be like trying to figure out, okay, do we pay for this drug or do we research this crap ourselves? And then it won't cost the taxpayer a lot of money, and we do the probability statistics ourselves. We streamline the process. We get people into medical programs, and we employ the ideas of, say, the Mayo Clinic, which is the idea of having multiple doctors with various kinds of viewpoints, looking at every patient and doing the diagnostics, because every doctor is going to lack the capacity to do diagnostics on all. One doctor is not going to have the capacity to do accurate diagnostics on every single patient. That's bullshit. Okay, the best thing to do is get a group of doctors who have various sense of and overlying understandings in the same area, and they will all kind of vote on what it is they think might be the problem, and they'll have better accuracy, and they'll have more man years behind that knowledge than the one guy who's going to say, "Well, you need surgery." And so you get surgery, and then you end up like my uncle, who has an infection of the brain, and they have a tap, and it has to be cleaned off, and because the stupid doctor he went to see thought that he had a brain tumor, and said, "We're going to do surgery to see if you have a brain tumor," which is the dumbest thing to ever do. They did it anyhow, and keep in mind that up in New York is probably the worst place to get doctors, because they're all money-grubbing thieves up there. And it's because they know there are rich people out there who are what do they call them? Hypochondriacs. They'll come in and they'll actually tell the doctor what they have, and the doctor will agree with them, and then they'll go and get treated for something they don't really have, and waste a lot of money, either insurance company money or their own, going after it. May even end up being sicker than they were before. It's So, you know, you say, how do you know all this shit? It comes from years and years of being there and being. I was up in New York. I lived in New York. I went to the Mayo Clinic. I got treated well. When I didn't go to the Mayo Clinic, my doctor would sit there and look at my heart murmur and think I was going to die at any moment. Then so he tried to convince me to get to go down the street, and he was afraid for me to do anything, even though I had gotten to him perfectly well by walking to him. And for some reason, I guess the statistics were against me living any longer with this heart murmur. So he got me put into an ambulance that later charged the little ride down the street, which is not a few blocks, as a $500, and the insurance wouldn't cover it. And so there are doctors out there that got little deals running with other people, and they're saying, hey, you can make some money off of this. I'll just send all of my patients down to you in an ambulance. And I don't really care. There's so many people in New York, so many fools here, and you just don't get fooled again. Just like the song by The Who, just don't get fooled again. It will happen, but you just try not to get fooled again. And so, you either benefit from my wisdom or you'd fall into the same trap. So, I don't know. Reapply. Okay. What's actually happened? Were we able to keep this? Maybe I should go to Xtab as my favorite place to go. I usually fix Xtab. Mainly because I slingshot. I do cheat, yes. But the reason why I cheat in this respect is because everybody claims they know how to slingshot, yet I'm the only guy who exploits it. And so I'm just like, well, if nobody's going to exploit it, I am. And I'm going to keep doing it till Daybreak fixes it. I even tell Daybreak how to fix it. It's pretty easy. It's called a dot product. You can do it two-dimensional dot product. All you have to do is determine the orientation of the guy. If he's going in the direction of the jump pad, he's okay, because anything he does with his light assault is going to be applied to the motion that the vector is pushing in that from the jump pad. If he's turned to his side, he does a thing called slingshotting, which basically hijacks the trajectory of the fall, which only gets stopped by the downward motion of the. You don't actually decelerate by wind current or anything. You just fall. You go up, and it's just basically a curve that's followed from a trajectory. And when you come down, you always come down on that same pad. If you don't come down on the pad and you remain elevated, but you're not applying force to the direction, either away or forward or away from. So if you are going in the direction of the jump, and you apply your jump jets, it will slow you down. But if you turn to your side, if you turn to a 90-degree angle, it'll just keep going and going, and it'll eventually slow down. But you have a tendency to go 3-4 times further than you originally, and you may end up in the next base. In this case, I will show you. I'll end up in one of their satellite bases. I'll do it, but I'm not going to capture the flag unless these guys can get on the flag and do it. But I'm going to show you that I can do it. Oops, this is the wrong dude to do it with. We have to go get the light assault. I got my NG and I forgot to. I think what I'll do first is I'll go fix some of the I'll show you how to fix the generators. And most newbies, what they do is they go out there and they're fool enough to go running around, and these guys in tanks have proxy. And I did another. That was another faux pas I just made right there, is to get the character that doesn't have the sensor shield 5, so they'll see me coming. And so I go down here. They can see me in the motion. They'll probably show up when I do this. So I just fixed the shield generator. Now they have to set it. They're locked into the room now, and that's their recon thing tool right there. And I can get back to. I could probably go over here unless somebody's converted this. I can go in and do this and own them. And yeah, that's how you deal with that guy. And then you throw up one of these guys, and that was one of our own guys right there. And so they'll probably send a guy up here to take care of me because they think I'll probably be there. Though if they're smart, I'll be down here. And there's a trick you can do. You jump here, and then you jump off the edge here, and you hijack the fall, and we can use that to come over here. And this is not ours, so I just put that down there. And they'll need an engine. Yeah. And they'll need. So I just took care of 2 of their vehicles. It killed me, but you know, I didn't really need that. Another trick is this one. We go as an infiltrator. Take the this might help them. Is I'll put one of these in the tube down here. That will give our guys a little bit of heads up because they don't usually do this. So put that down there. Go down further. And then we go up here, and yeah, that was probably not good. Okay. Oh, that was not good either. Oh, proxies. Check it out. Proxies. And yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, that was not good. Okay, so maybe I could go through here, and I got sensor shield 5, so they don't see me coming through here. And it would be nice if there's an ammo dude here. Give me some more ammo. Is there a because then I could throw some EMPs at the ceiling and get the mines that they probably got laid out for us above, which would kill some of their guys. I might be able to get that in before this all gets done. But we need heavies to go in there with concussion or with anti-tank grenades and just spam the fuckers. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, crap! You can't do everything, you know. And yeah, you know, we're gonna lose it. But that's, you know, just not everybody's me. That's the problem. See, I would go heavy assault, and then I would get anti-tank grenades, anti-vehicle grenades, and I got the grenade bandolier, and I've got what else do I have? I don't know. 31 seconds on the clock. Let's see what we can do with that. So go over here, drop down. They're not expecting this, and so then I go toss, Toss. And yeah, that's the only thing I could imagine doing there. Oh, the other thing is you could show up as the C4NG. And so you do this, but we're already, yeah. And I didn't succeed in getting my gun before that happened. Did they finally get in there and like actually take some stuff out? Because I'm not seeing any of their stuff. Now, the thing to do now is probably keep them from fixing their stuff. That would probably be the thing to do here. Here we go. And yeah, try to get me. You want some of my anti-tank grenades? Yeah, you want some anti-tank grenades? I can throw some anti-tank grenades at you. Hey, there we go. Some more anti-tank grenades. Now, you want a little piece of this? Let's drop out here. I'll just redeploy and you don't get anything. There you go. You say I was a wuss, I avoided you getting your kill in. And then you just feel bad that you didn't get a kill in. You know. Oh. What was that just happened? I don't know. Made some sort of noise like it did an update or something. That's probably what that was. Yeah. Notifications. Oh, it was a clip that I was uploading, I guess. Just failed to upload it. It doesn't bother me. It's only 2 minutes left on the clock anyhow. Did we lose it? Yeah, we lost it. Yep, whatever. It's Hazen. I was talking most of the time. I wasn't doing anything. It didn't like it. It only required me, but then again, I did take out some stuff there, and I don't know how much of the other guys did, but you know, it's just application of classes. And the problem of this stupid game is there's some people that don't have enough time to play it, so they don't like have the time to get all the classes. Sometimes they just focus on the class they do. It may be really good for them to develop a team, the team-oriented stuff. I don't really have that because in high school, I went to private school. It was very small. We didn't have sports programs. Their idea of a sports program was shuttling us off to the YMCA, where we basically beat up on each other and throw racquetballs at court walls, and you know, some people were like actually having sex. You know, the girls and boys were actually making babies down there because they were not being moderated by a teacher. They were not being looked after. They were dropped off and picked up. You know, just bad teacher skills. Bad, you know. And to think my parents gave them like $6,000 a year for my education, and this is it was like 6,000 per, like, I don't know, every 6 months or something. It was a crazy amount. But you know, the reason why it is because I have aphasia, and that's a learning difference, they call them today's. Back then it was a learning disability, and it is a disability, but it is a difference. And the reason why they say difference is because your brain has the capacity to develop pathways in different areas. Like for me, even though it's hard for me to process speech in situ in a interactive discussion. It's easy for me to do it in chat, a lot harder for me to do it orally with people. They'll ask me a question, then I have to do some of my own audio processing on what it was that they were saying in the context of their message to understand the context of their voice and, you know, kind of their audio body language and stuff. Kind of the same problem people who have autism have, but even psychopaths have this problem because they don't understand emotion. But the thing is that I have a hard time processing audio, and so that's the reason why I was going to that school, is because supposedly it was going to help me do school a lot better to be at that school, because they had some understanding that the kids needed more help or more attention, because they were going to get stopped on a lot on really simple stupid stuff. Some kids skipped grades or were held back grades because of their problems, you know, because they didn't have good instructors, and that does result in it. They don't understand the difference that the person has in the way that they learn. They're not like everybody else, so they're going to process information in a different way, and unless you understand their problem, you're not going to understand why it is that they're not picking up the information from you in the right way. So and even though I went to a private school, I went to a public university, and probably the reason why I'm a bit more liberal than the people that went to Christian schools paying money. And I didn't go to a Christian school because the Christian school my brothers went to treated them really badly. My middle brother couldn't graduate from school because they were forcing him to pay back all of his parking tickets, and it was just because they didn't really build good parking lots for the students to park in, and so they ended up parking anywhere they could, and then the police would the college police would catch them on it and give them parking tickets. And this same school was all about vanity. They were about building buildings like any college does, building buildings to get dollars from alumni to support the school. None of it goes to the teachers. None of it helps the students. It's all bullshit. And so I see that in a Christian college, and I say, this isn't a Christian college. This is somebody who's pretending to be a Christian college. And I said, Abilene Christian University, not getting one damn dollar from me. I don't give a damn if you say you're a Christian. You are obviously Pharisees. So fuck you. And I say that very sternly. Jesus probably say it with less of a cuss word, but I have no interest in going to a Christian university that's not Christian. And if people can't understand that, if they can't see that, if they can't see that it's not a Christian university, and then they're probably also not that much Christian either, you know. It's all saving face and vanity, you know. People put on crosses and think they're part of the clique, you know. It's the truth, and I'm not falling for it. What I got by going to public university is insight, and I understand the evolutionists and all those other guys a little bit better because I did, you know. And the liberals, and they're not stupid. It's just that the conservatives end up going to conservative schools like Texas A&M and being, you know, conservative private schools where they're just going to pander to your worldview, just make you feel good, you know. That will not happen in a liberal university. In the liberal university, they're going to give you all sorts of philosophy and stuff. They will tend to push a liberal agenda, but they also push conservative agenda. Sometimes they don't push an agenda at all. They just provide you the information. Like my art teachers told me, what you do is you accept the ideas and then you put them aside. In a conservative school, they say you don't want to be open-minded because your brain will fall out of your head. And the reality is that if you're closed-minded, you're not going to be able to do any amount of apologetics with anybody anywhere, and you're basically going to be such an outsider that screw you if you ever are able to get anybody converted to whatever is your viewpoint. Uh, what evangelism can you even do that's anywhere good? Because you don't understand other people. Just like we were having a discussion, I was in Christmas, and we were discussing, and some of the people say, all those black people look the same. I said, that's because you're not involved with them, and you're not befriending, you're not with them all the time. Your brain is has to understand the subtleties in their facial features to understand that there are differences. And that's the reason why you see them all the same. It's the reason why you see all the Asians is looking the same. It's the reason why you see everybody that you don't understand the racial facial qualities to is the same. It's the reason why we throw black people in jails, because they all look the same. You can't discern one black person from another if you're a white victim, because especially if you're not familiar with their facial qualities, and even in a dark room where you're getting raped, you're not going to recognize the characters. What the policeman knows, if they present you enough pictures, you're going to be sure that it's got to be one of those guys. And the fact is, the policemen don't know if it's any of those guys. So it's your stupid mistake that you picked somebody that they presented you. They know that this always works. It's great. And so what they're throwing at you is repeat offenders. And they'll go out and they'll get a repeat offender, and they'll say, you offended another time. And the guy says, no, I didn't. And probably the reason why they're repeat offenders is because they were an offender once, and then they figure, well, they're going to offend again, so we'll catch them again and again, and you end up with somebody who develops a mentality of doing crimes because they're used to getting caught by policemen. They don't see any problem with committing the sin in the first place. You see, if you cut off me in the first 5 minutes, fuck you. That's the reason why you are closed-minded, and you will remain closed-minded and complacent, and you'll probably go to hell as a result of it. So, fuck you, okay? I shouldn't say curse words like that, but it's a kind of a weed-out mechanism. If you can't handle the curse word, then you probably wouldn't be able to handle the rest of it anyhow. So, and it's probably the reason why rap music has a lot of curse words in it, is to get rid of all the stupid white people that want to hear something that sounds like information, sounds like they don't understand the viewpoint, they don't understand the aggression. If you got slapped down for most of your life by white people, you would have every interest in trying to get kind of to the people that understands them, and the people who wouldn't understand you, you're going to weed them out, and you're going to figure out how to do that, and it's going to be by using lots and lots of cuss words. The only guys that will probably get you are the other guys that use cuss words, which might be country hicks that are looking for some differentiating attribute that might set them apart from their friends, and that might be taking on some rap music, you know. And it will be the kids of the people who listen to country music. Their kids will be into the rap music because it's the way they can develop their identity apart from their parents. And you know, that's what kids do. They try to set them apart from their parents, so their parents can't come in and say, look, I know how it was as a kid. And he said, well, you don't know how it is with me and my culture. You don't understand my culture. You wouldn't understand my culture because you're not me. You're not with my friends. You don't understand them. See? And then it's up to the parents to try to learn something about their kids, try to develop an understanding, get to them maybe at some level, to just kind of try to figure out how to be their friend more. And then eventually, maybe at some point in their life, they'll see eye. But it's necessary. It's a way that you develop your identity. Is that the parents see their children as being clones of themselves, and that's the wrong point of view. They might they might clone you initially, but then they're going to start to recognize faults in your identity, the way you are, just as these guys see faults in my point of view and all this stuff. And they'll play me on it, but they are, if they're just going to play me on shallow things and they're not going to use their brain, they're not going to give me solid rebuke. I'm just not going to give them the time of day. I'm just going to say, well, you're obviously a dumb fuck, you know. And they don't like that, you know. But that's how shallow they are, is that they just can't handle a simple diss that doesn't have rebuke in it either. And so I'm like, if you're going to give me honest rebuke, then I'll give you honest rebuke. But I'm giving honest rebuke and you're not giving me honest rebuke. You're giving me shallow, meant to cut you down, self-confidence, damaging anything to pick off a little bit of, it's like you're rock climbing, like you're climbing a face and you're looking to find anything. For me, it's to find anything solid to hold on to. For them, it's to see if there's any way to get me to be more confident in one area with them, and then they'll give way and let me fall, you know. That's the reason why you can't develop relationships with people in this game, unless you're in their outfit and they have a reason to develop a relationship with you. But I don't really like being in outfits, because there are abusive people in outfits as well, and they're usually the people that are leading the outfit, and they like to see how far they can get away with abusing you, and until you decide to go and form another outfit, and they say, good for you, you learned the right thing to do is to either be in your own outfit by yourself, which is me, or to yeah, that's ours. Otherwise I wouldn't see it, because I don't have the implant. Or to to form another outfit, because they're probably not ever going to agree with you anyhow, because they led it, they started it. It's their way or the highway, you know. They might enjoy your company from time to time, but they're not going to. You know what? I could be taking something here, because these are obviously not my. Come in here slowly and see if there's any mines. No. I don't even remember where I spawned. Oh, I spawned at Bastion, that's right. I was just, I just kind of like, I don't know how this. I'll go ahead and get B now. Unless they came up the back side, because that's usually the way you head back, is over here. It sounds like I'm being chased by an ESF. I'll probably drop down and take the base that's below me if it's possible. It's another NC base, and we got Bastion. So let me see. He is following me. Yeah, we can take Rock Slide. So you can see he's shooting down there, I think. I see him out there. I know he's following me. Look at that, There's somebody that thinks that, oh, wow, look at where they put the, where they put their, it's right here. I think I can get that. So I'm going to go up the edge of this guy. Oh, yeah. Oh. So much for that. Okay. That's kind of a cool trick. That guy is going to realize he don't have a beacon over there. He's going to spawn to their usual place. Cool place for a beacon. Yeah, I should say that in chat. Oh. I'll go back here. Chat it. Cool place for a beacon. A beacon. But I slingshot above that to CP. Yeah. So I'm going to redeploy because there's really nothing more for me to do here. And that might take a little bit of the TR pressure off the Lith Corp for one thing, which is where we're getting most of our flack here. Another trick is to bring a Sunday up the edge of Lith Corp, or I mean Raven's Landing, because there's like a hill there, and that I might actually do that just for the fun of it. I'd have to go back to Bash and get an air vehicle. Now you could catch me at this, and you could take me out, but you're going to miss out on a lot of information that might benefit you. And I can also check to see if anybody's watching, and nobody's watching. I always see that. See, somebody will pop in for like 10 seconds, then they drop out. And I'm just kind of like, wow, yeah. I'm the same way too, but it's usually music. It's like if it doesn't interest me in the first 10 seconds, I go and listen to something else. However, that's the reason why I created my website, is because I know that I have that dysfunction. And I fixed that dysfunction by passively listening to music. If I can let it run, then that won't be the problem. Okay, so what the heck am I trying to do? Okay, yeah, I just remembered now. I'm trying to get to that mine down here, that place that's like way over here. So I go down here. You see that where the lights are down there? That's where I'm going. I think that's right. Yeah. That's not it. It's over here. It's down here, I think. Is that the place? No. Yeah, that's it. Chimney Depot. Whoa, crap. I'm dropping out. Yeah. Yeah. Those guys are going to get a freebie there. They might see me in the hex, but they won't be seeing me. Because I have a sensor shield 5 on. I'm going to let the faction know. Hey, want some free TR kills? Drill near chimney rock. It's small fries, but you know, if they would do it to us, we do it to them, right? Isn't that like the inverse of the common Christian mantra? Is do unto others as you would have them do to you, or do unto others what they would do to you. That's like the perverted version, you know. It's like if you can't treat them nicely, I mean, if they can't treat you nicely, then why trust them, you know? However, that could work against me, because then people would see, well, how can we trust you and you treat them this way? So they're the enemy. Oh yeah, that's right. No. Oh. Now when I'm the enemy, then you're just like, oh crap, I can't trust this guy. And that's right, because I'm playing the enemy. Now I wouldn't do that all the time. Sometimes if I saw some guy out there at the drill and he's there and his friends left him and he's got nothing else to do and I'm cloaked. I did this the other day. I just let him do it, and I went off and redeployed someplace else, because he's vulnerable. He's really vulnerable. He doesn't even have his friends with us, and they kind of ditched him, and I was just kind of like empathizing with that. And I said, you know, I really shouldn't do this to this guy, but these guys, since I'm going to probably pull out a vehicle over here, I don't want them noticing what I'm doing, so I'm going to try to encourage that they're not there. You know, that may work against me, because then they pull out a vehicle over here when I pull out a vehicle, and then there we go. So maybe next time I don't do that. I try to be thoughtful, and I try to be a good person. You know, to some degree, I really am not a good person. I want to be, but I'm not really a very good person. It's just that, and you know, and the other guys, they know that, but it isn't like I'm going to let that get the best of me. I'm going to say, well, yeah, they were going to do it too, but I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do it the way they wouldn't do it. I'm going to try to make it a learning experience for them as well. So, and there's somebody here, but I think that's in the hex. They're probably not. It could be you. It could be, yeah. You may come here, and I spent all this time getting out here. I guess it would be the thing. So we get the Invisi Sunday, and you come out of nowhere with your Jihad flash, and you took the time to get on your side a C4 ferry, and you're a sniper, and you I mean, I'm trying to build up a scenario that I never see anybody do, but people used to do this. It used to be really cool thing to do in PlanetSide, was to have a sniper with a Invisi flash come out, and their friend, and they're talking to them, and they're timing when the friend gets off, and then they see for their friend's vehicle. And it used to be the case that that C4 wouldn't blow up the flash. I don't know if that's still the case. So the guy would survive it, and then they go and do it again. And it was Jihad flashing, I think. It was this game. I'm pretty sure it was this game. Jihad flashing. And then I think they fixed it, and that went away. Now they're gonna see me doing this because I got all this bling on my vehicle, but you know, if they don't cache, it's because their brain didn't see it. But these are my own. Some of these guys over here are my own people. Man, I must not have the right. Haha. No, man. Okay. What I like to do here is go between these tongs up here, and I bring my vehicle over here, and put my bus here, and then this guy, however, is noticing that I've put this Sunday under here. If he's aware, he's probably looking. Yeah. Okay, a tank went right over me. I think that was the thing here that people like to do is they'll spawn on this, then they'll go up there and they'll throw up some tank mines, which is the fun thing to do. So you get your tank mines, climb the hill and stick them up, you know, and it's fairly easy to get up this hill. It's it just doesn't take any. But you know what? I don't have my Sensor Shield 5 on me. and I can hear him sitting there. He's moving. Now he might go turn around and move backward, knowing that I'm down here. Or there he goes. Yeah, yeah, that was nice. Nice move. Now if he comes down here and he takes out my Sunday, then I don't know he's watching. My problem here was that I needed to get the sensor shield 5. Probably. That will fix, that'll take care of that, I think. What I need is I need that Spitfire. I'm gonna go down and get the Spitfire, or not the Spitfire. I need to take the Spitfire out. Oh, now he knows where I am, and I do this, and hopefully he'll not know kind of what's going on here. That's the thing I hate, is the kill view crap. So it probably won't survive, but I'm going to get a anti-vehicle mana turret. Put that sucker up, and that'll keep them from going any further. Yeah, that will so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to throw it. He's probably the guy I just killed. Yeah. Don't. And then I'll just put that up there. Keep him from going further. That kind of throws him off a little bit. So this is like, I guess it's TR Raven's Landing. That just kind of keeps them from going forward. They'll eventually get me, and I'll just come over here, prop myself up so that whenever I get when the kill cam gets me, I will be in a place that won't be my vehicle. So you want to look like a seeing something? No, you're not. He's looking around there. He might see me. Let's see if he... Nah. So. He's definitely looking here. He's trying to figure out what's going on here. Where's Waldo? We go, where's Waldo? Oh, here comes Bastion. Bastion crossing. Bastion crossing. Huh. Payout for this is not that great. It just keeps the TR from moving to the next base in mass. I mean, without much discomfort. Here comes the harasser. Where is he going? Hurt him. See, is that? Yeah, I hear a harasser. Where is he? It's like a stealth harasser. I think he went up the hill is where I think he went. I think he's going to the ascent for some reason. Tank. He's moving at a good pace, so he'll probably get rid of the mines. You can't do that without really... He's coming up. There he goes. Yeah, he's dead. Enemy for life. Oh. There it goes. There goes my Sunday. Yeah, I think that was my... I think that's the... I just saw the TR tank come up. He's going for my Sunday, probably. Kind of knows I'm there, I guess. But why would the harasser be there? Is he expecting me to come down? Yeah. Go ahead and take it out. I still got a few tank mines. Yeah. There went a few tank mines. Either that tank saw my vehicle, or he's waiting around to see if I'll show up. I'll go down. I'm curious. See what this guy's stopping for. Oh, Colossus. Colossus. I'm gonna... Colossus coming across bridge from Raven. Oh, yeah, you don't have to say that. It's implicit. To Lithcorp. TR. Good luck getting that harasser. That guy just gonna blow you away. Those Colossus, they got pretty good weapons on them. I don't even think my tank mine would put a dent in one. I've never driven one. I've got one. I'm probably going to wait until I got two of them before I'll use it, because on my own outfit, I've been collecting whatever this material is that you have to collect as an outfit. But I got enough of it. I guess I did those expeditions that I got an orbital, and then that guy got that killed like 3 guys so far, haven't I? With tank mines. There's a Colossus right here somewhere. Where is that? Oh no, it's not a Colossus. It's sorry. It was an ant. Sorry, it was an ant. It looked like a Colossus. I don't know. So I'm gonna get some more tank mines. They're all expended. I can do this again. Let me refresh my Sunday. Now he's probably there to see if he can get my signature and figure out where I am. But you know, ain't gonna work because I got a sensor shield 5. So he's kind of like hunting around, I think is the deal here. Yeah. Okay, I don't hear anything coming. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it out. And then I'm going to put out this guy to stop him. And I'm going to run away as quickly as possible. Stupid NG tricks. So but some blueberries down there, or purple berries, wondering what to do. A couple guys not watching my stream. That guy's probably got proxy on him, and he's probably seen these guys moving around down there. That's a necessary risk you take. Maybe they'll protect it. So what's going on in the map? Is it even alert? No alert. That's fine. There wouldn't be much incentive for us to like go for anything right now. So there's no alert. Next alert, and oh, it's coming in 15 seconds. Yeah. They're probably saying 5 minutes we'll have an alert or something. There it is. Alert started. Got an hour and 30 minutes to get territory. It used to be more complex than this. They tried other things that were just super complex. What are you doing? That's your own mines. Don't mess with them. They're like confused. You probably just sit around and wait if there's a guy coming around the corner, and you could finish him off if the mines didn't get him. It's a good reason to have an ant with mine guard that's coming down there. Those mines won't do anything to an ant with mine guard. So this is just really wasting time. I'll just leave them down there, and I'll leave my Sunday down there. Let someone take it out, and I'll go and do some light assault crap. Maybe at the bash and okay. Yeah, there's Lithcorp up there. We might do something up there. Don't necessarily need a vehicle to do this. Oh, darn it. Spawned on my vehicle again. Come on. I want to spawn at Lithcorp. I don't want to spawn there. What's the deal with that? Okay. Okay. Hey, I might max or do some maxing. Because I'm hearing all this air out there. Why is it that I'd have, no, I don't know. I don't understand that one. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that kind of crap. I'll get up here. Whoa. Yeah, sit. Oh, yeah. Is that our, yeah, it's the... Does this have any effect? No. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother that. So I'm gonna go down here. This air vehicle's probably sitting right here. And this guy is not gonna have much of an effect as long as I'm down here. Okay, they're bombing that. Getting anything? Don't. There's a Sunday sitting there. I don't know if anybody notices that. I'm going to sit here and spot them as they come over. Sunday near vehicle terminal. Maybe he'll go back. He'll go back to wherever is. Oh. There's a galaxy over here. Oh, okay. So you see where that galaxy is. He'd probably way the frick up. Top side. I doubt that thing can see me. Okay, where are you? He's like sitting over here somewhere. Is that the edge of him? Yes, that's the edge of him. Okay, so we get over here and I'll see if I can stand still without falling too much. There we go. That was easy. Oh. Whatever. I'll just go down to my homies down here. You think you're making an inroad there? Hey. Yeah, well, it's not working. You idiot. See, I could get you through here if you show your face. Idiot. By the way, my Max has counter intelligence, dense implant. If you are using emissary to get me, dumbass, lol. Yeah. Also have infravision. Go down here and see what's going through the window. Any interesting things I can shoot at? Like any there's a, that's our Max. That guy is hurting. Come in, come in. Oh, darn it. I guess he took care of that something that was sitting out there. I think I saw a galaxy earlier. I don't know if that was the... Okay, there's a somebody sitting up here shooting at our guys. Yeah, he just died. Yeah, I saw that too. They went there, jump jetter. Hopping around. I know this is sitting in the spawn room, but these air vehicles, they don't usually sit up very high. They're usually kind of eye level because they're trying to hit you head on. There goes some guys. There went a guy. There went another guy. Not being very discreet. Put some mines though down that path, you know. Mine guard and proxy it with mine guard and run TR over. If someone TKs me, I'm switching to TR. I'm gonna run it back on them. I really don't give a fuck which faction I'm on, and my characters are well developed on other types. I really don't care which faction I'm on. If you TK me more, I'll randomly pick a faction and bring myself out. Probably my NS character, Lawrence. LL. Lawrence. I think I'm gonna try my, because I'm not really doing very much, and my ant is an anti-air ant, so I might as well try to first put up an infiltrator thing. Maybe see. It doesn't really matter if there's mines on there. At least I'm gonna demine it. So I pop this guy's puppy in. That's gonna fix our recon problem. And now I'm probably going to see what we got down here. Where you guys coming in? I know you're down there. Okay. Hey, how's it going? We'll put it a little closer to these guys. I don't know where they're coming from. There's a guy. Yeah, okay. There's a guy. Yeah, I'll just put another one there, you dick. Dicks. Be dickin'. Yeah, you are a dick. I'm just gonna do it again, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it higher up. I'm gonna put it over here. Because obviously you're coming in from a higher spot. The Sunday's probably sitting right there. I probably should come in with my infravision and see what's going on. See what's going on. They're probably coming from that sun. It's probably up there that they're coming from. There's a guy right there. There's some guys. There's a light assault. Light assault. Jump jetter. Jump jetter. He's yeah. You know where I am. You up there? Are you up there? We're gonna have to drop down and find you down here. Here. Oh, that's a nice little cubby to hide in. Didn't know that was there. Learn something every day. Okay. We go down here. Go down here. Is he hiding out somewhere in here? It's over here. Hear me now? Where are you coming from? Put it right here. Okay. Sit and observe. Research the enemy, see where they're coming from. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I put some mines on. Yeah, the C4, dude. Right on. Jihad flash. Are you gonna do? Are you? Is the? Why is the sniper dot doing the G5 flash? Why is it the C4 do? I guess because you got it there at least. Yeah. That works for me, yeah. Right on, Jihad flash. Jihad flash. Right on. Is my no, someone took it out, I guess. Let's put another one. I'll put it I don't know, over here. Put it there. Okay, I'll probably bring out my ant now that it kind of looks like there's nothing down here. That we might have gotten rid of the source of all of that. Unless they're coming up from here. It may be the case. Hey, how's it going? I don't need it. Yeah, you're doing that. I see. Good deal. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put my thing up here. Alright, I'm going to put it closer to the NC dudes down here. We need to deal with this. Put it down in here. How to get that? I'll just spam it. Oh, crap. Hey, how's it going? A bigger one's going to come here in a second, and that's the ant. Oops, let me do this. Interact, get ant. Okay, oops. Haha. Oh, you know what? I probably should do this, guy. Do this, go the other way. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring this guy out here. Come over here. And let the air vehicle try to come and get me. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. I like that flash idea there. Geode flash. I need to get a. Let's see. Okay. NG. Let's take that. We'll put some tank mines out there and make it a little bit fun for those flashes coming through. Okay. There's probably. I can probably fix this through the door here. Probably can even enter it through the wall, which would probably be a good way of just kind of like dealing with this. Okay. Okay. So let's put some mines out here. Tank mine for random flash dude, and maybe one here. And put another one here, and then we'll put like I don't know. That doesn't look like a great solution there. Okay, we'll just put it here and kind of say, hey, why don't you come out? I'm here to be your beef, your rare slice of meat. Let's have some fun. And okay, here we go. Oh, I should have my counterintelligence on. So something I don't have on. I also don't have my Spitfire, which I'll just get next time. Hey, how's it going? You found something interesting? Is it me? Am I interesting? You like me? Oh, that was cool. Hey, yeah, there we go. That was a fun one, wasn't it? He blew up real good. Yeah, just like Meryl Streep, blew up real good. If you don't know SCTV, that's John Candy and Joe Flaherty, I think it was. They did this skit where these guys, they basically would bring an actor on their program. Yeah, he looks kind of white, doesn't he? Yeah, he does look kind of white, doesn't he? They used to do this skit called, I guess it was movie blow up, or it was just like rednecks bringing stars on the show, interviewing them, and maybe like making them cry or get mad, and they'd blow up, and they'd say, "Whoa, that Meryl Streep really blew up really good," you know. So he's here, and he's like trying to get out of here because he's smoking. He just didn't realize that there were going to be tank mines down here. Yeah. Like my tank mines? Mines. Made them myself. Birthed them. Took lots of care. There. You guys would do great with light assaults, because we have no Spitfires. Hardly. Yeah, there you go. That's how you compel people. You just kind of give the tips to the enemy. So like, you can't get what you want. You just say, "Hey guys, we're gonna be easy fodder for the enemy because our snipers don't have any ammo, so they're not going to be able to throw up those motion beacons or even their motion darts. So you can bring in all your snipers with Sentry Shield 5 and take over. You know, not a problem." Is NC trying to work at us? Trying and succeeding. To work at us. Yeah. The way to NC's the way to NC's heart, solid pursuit of crux. That's the only way we're going to get to them fast. It's difficult to take, but you know, enough C4 fairies. You know my solution. Solution to crux. To crux, given the uneven terrain and obstacles. Ambush your jump jacks. With flight suits and safe fall. Fall. Implant and sensor shield. Safe fall. Sensor shield. Shield. Jump jets with light suits, safe fall, sensor shield. There we go. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's one of my favorite loadouts. Here he comes. There he is. Hey, there he is. Challenge. The guy just got spotted there. There's another guy right there. This is light assault coming for me. There he is. Why did he not go for the ant? That's an interesting one. How are they coming down this way? How did 2 NCs make it over Lithcorp from back? They don't realize it, but we're looking at everything they're doing. You know, I got proxy. And we all see you. I guess I have to yell that, don't I? Let's see, I'll try it again. Oh. Can you hear me? My aunt has proxy and no Spitfires. Spitfires. Bring your light assaults. If you are faithful. Well, this is really... Is that... do we have more territory now? It doesn't feel as such. Oh. Are we taking Larkside? Oops. Alright. No, that's more for the faction. Anyone want to do rock slide? I'm about to get C4 here. Yeah, it looks like I got a nice little dent there. You're not getting anywhere with that, are they? See, maybe I can put some resources on this. Facility modules. That. Facility modules. Install that. Facility modules. Extend infantry billion. Extend support vehicles. Mobile armor. Facility modules. Extend light vehicle. Alright. I wonder if I've got any. Yeah, they did it. They're doing it. Waypoints, war asset. Oops, no. Reinforcements. Yeah, I can't do it because I'm a squad leader. Yeah. There he goes. No. Oh man. Okay, yeah, this is not all that interesting, so I'm gonna go somewhere where there's probably more of a fight, maybe. What's going on? Oh, that's nice. It's like it's gonna rain or something. What? What's going on? Yeah, I wasn't doing my job. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna make myself vulnerable. Well, that really helped. Let's see if I can do that better again. Hey, that was fun. Now I'm really stuck. Look at that. Okay, but I can see all the air vehicles now. That's gonna be fun. What's going on? I think I'm going to get out of that sucker because it's just a really odd angle to be at. Ooh, charge! Ooh, charge! Or is there a fight? Ooh, Sun Gray app, yeah. Wow. Are we doing Crux? Not really. Did you know the trick to that is going, taking tungsten mine, bringing up the back end? Or something like that. I don't, maybe I can do something. I'm going to try something. Go and get myself, wow, look at that. And there's nobody in the hex and it got damaged. The problem here is that they're not using my special brand of product here called No Hack. No Hack is just, it's just mines, that's all it is. It's just various sorts of mines. So we put some No Hack here. Well, no, I am, no, come on. Bonk. Oh, no, come on. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And probably going to end up doing it to that terminal over there too. So. Okay. So. Wow, NC just entered here. I saw that go up. NC Sunday pulled up at Roxicom. Roxcom network. They know what I'm like without when I. Yeah, I saw you spot me. I have counterintelligence. Intelligence. And have notified faction. So let's see. Let's see. This would be a fun guy to bring out there, wouldn't it? So, I don't know. I didn't really soup him up, did I? I've always wanted to try this guy out. Yeah. I want to try this guy out. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that was great. Worked really well on me. Mm-hmm. See, what is that he's got? It's like a special shield. Oh, I need to turn off my music. That's got a... Yeah, it worked well. However, I'll get my infiltrator out. My alternate, my alt is recon motion beacon. Oh. My alt is motion beacon recon plus EMPs. And we're going to do that. I don't mind that so much. It doesn't matter, I've got sensor shield 5s. Mm-hmm. And sensor shield 5. It's working. Hurricane. You got squad. Good deal. Mm-hmm. What we need is a Spitfire behind the shield. But I'm not going to bother to push it. They deserve it. Fuck our faction for being dumb fucks. I told them to push the crux. They didn't push the crux. Fuck them. It's Christmas Eve. It's Xmas Eve. You are drunk. How can I expect you to push the obvious play? No. Fine. Edit. Shirts. I got everything. By the way, we just lost. By the way, is my master when apprenticed Dark Roxas, who Araximed everything on TR, even tanks. 3 years ago. Said Planet Melon, Planet. Kill him. Which he meant, if anyone gets in way of success of operation, kill him. And berries. And berries. Berries on the gun. Kill them. And sees warp gating. Is it NC's warp gating? TR and us? They need a stab in the heart. TR is warp gating this. That's not going to fly. Guess what? We are on the one warp gate with a great sling shotting setup. I'll drop C4 on TR as high flyer. In LA. On the west base. Center is harder. Ooch, ooch. Okay. So this is how we do this. Is my thing still recording? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna show you what to do when TR is where they are, and we're at this work gate. It's great. It's my favorite work gate for this reason. It's so wonderful. And it's these see these little towers here. So I'll go up into this tower. I was just bringing my Sunday right up into this guy. I'm gonna bring him right up in there. Okay. So we're gonna bring him up. And given that Daybreak hasn't done anything to my jump jetter, I think he's still okay. They haven't taken my drifter permissions away. We'll be able to run this puppy through. So I get my light assault and infravision, sensor shield 5. C4, no, not insulated suit. We don't want that. What the fuck was that in there for? Flight suit. Have I been flying that guy all this time without a flight suit? Smoke, nade, that's okay. Neutralizer, lumen edge. What else can you put down here? Oh, nice. This guy might be nice. So I'll put some caltrop on there. Lumen edge, flight suit 4. I can go and obstruct there's pathway, do the various sorts of things. Okay, this guy is deployed. So this is the trick. Oh, he's an ambusher jump jet. Damn it. It's always something. Okay, fix that guy. Oh, I deployed the wrong guy. That's what's wrong. Flight suit 4, flash grenade. Oh, this is not. Yeah, but that's I want this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. Flash might be nice, but I would like the smoke. And don't need the neutralizer device because I got other things I can put in there. So we'll put in that caltrop. Oh crap. Caltrop. And go back. Nice. I also don't like these C4 present things. I'm going to get rid of that. Because I don't know if I've killed the thing. Don't even know how effective those things are anyhow. They're new. Okay. Okay, this should be it. Yay. Correct. Okay. So this is what we do. OP, OP, OP. OP. Yeah, oh, you know what? I went the wrong direction. That was where I should have gone. You know what? I don't know which one it is. I think it's not this guy. It's the other two that I use. I think that's how this works. But I have to set my objective, and that was the other thing I didn't do. So come down here, set my objective waypoint so I know which way to turn myself. So I go back over here. Okay, yeah, I think this is the right one because that one's too short. So, okay, here we go. Okay, and we turn. And there we go. Can you say OP? I can see OP. I can also say Mayberry. Wow, those guys are pretty far away. I was thinking this is a lot closer, but you know what? I'm not seeing. So I can go up here on this antenna and drop down. And where did that tank go? He's way over here. He's like right there. There's the tank. I think he saw me coming my way. Me coming his way. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's like, oh fuck, here comes light assault. Yep. Here comes light assault. There's another light assault over here. So, let me see if I can figure out where their Sunday is. So I'm going to go out this way. See if there's anywhere these guys are spawning from. It's probably out here somewhere. Yeah, Sunday behind the. I don't know what that is. A sensor shield 5 or something. It's yeah, it's a. I fixed that one. Yep. Oh, what is that guy? What is he doing? Perfect. Fog of war. Yep, cleaned it out. I'm gonna just continue to do this crap for the rest of the game, probably. It's OP. Fuck it. Gonna do it anyhow. It's OP, it's OP. If it, you know, God has a lot of power, and God will use it where it's needed. I have some power. I'm gonna use it where it's needed. They're warp gating us. That's kind of unfair. They're coming up here to spawn camp. We're vulnerable. Perfect reason to use it. It's OP. Screw it. It's war. So I just sit here back and man this anti-air turret until they come in and decide they want to try that one again. Yeah. The TR warp-gating mission for TR. TR failed. I slingshotted over TR tank, moved back. Mag Rider got him. Mag Rider got him. We got Sunday. TR's effort there as we really weak. Really very weak. We probably could warp gate, could ghost cap, all that stuff of TRs now and C's warp gating them. Not enough time. Not enough time. Not enough time, I guess. I wonder, should we focus on NC just to piss them off and let their warp gating party fail, let TR win. Means we actually have to, yeah, we'd have to completely focus on NC. So Ravens, we're taking Crux, Ravens, Tungsten, Emery Sharks. We are getting Crux. Go for heart. Still connected. We got rock slides still connected. Take the Roxicom. TR cut off. Bastion, we can berries, defend Bastion. Let's just stick the sticking knife, sticky, and channeling, no bark. No bark. Get them chupacabras. Chupacabras. It'll be more effective if I don't tell them shit and see. Just let them go on thinking they're winning. We just need to really focus in on give it. I believe that the underdog should win, and I'd say TR is that. NC's kind of given up on them, and they're just focusing on us because they hate us. So I just like take their land and say fuck you. TR wins. Great going, TR. You know, if at all possible, we could make it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the bases are going to go that quick. So I'd rather make it easier for NC to win than, I mean TR to win than NC. Even though, you know, I treat TR kind of badly, it's just kind of like you want to piss off both factions, and NC, you know, pissing NC off as much as they've been coming in and taking our bases in recent past, like the past week. I would just be like, you know, TR always plays the same way, and they don't really have an idea of what they're doing because they don't have very good communications. They could stand to improve, and to give them some victories that's going to improve their own self-confidence, and they'll go out and do more planned attacks. NC's got enough confidence in that area and ability, but they really treat us badly. So I would side more with TR than with NC, you know, because TR, you know, they're berries. They're mostly berries, you know, and berries just need to know that we're your friends, and when you get to be a pro, you come to our side, you know, come to the dark side, so to say. Because NC, they're really good. The NC guys are really fun guys. Some of them are real asswipes, like Cappy NC. The guy's a cop. Considering this defund cop stuff, I would defund the guy because he's really into himself a little bit. He really believes the solution is to use guns, and he has no problem with taking people out with guns, and I just don't subscribe to that view. You could say I was a liberal. I also was pointing out that Jesus said that he who lives by the sword dies by the sword, and that means if you can't negotiate anything, then you do use the sword. But if your first approach is to kill the guy, That's not a solution. That's not a good solution. It's not going to end up well for you. Especially that guy that killed George Floyd. Imagine all the crap that has come as a result of that, and just the what it's done pretty much the entire conservative establishment. It's kind of like a big fuck you from the young up and mobile youth. They're all going to pretty much maybe never switch to conservative, and corporations get kicked out, and we come up with some sort of social crap, and maybe the conservatives get pissed off that they're paying more for taxes. But um, I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. $20 trillion of debt, $60,000 per person. We cough it up, or our government comes up with some sort of technology or something to sell the world, and then we get out that way. They've got lots of research. You just need to throw more money at our taxes so they can throw it at the research so they can develop technology, because they do, and they do it more efficiently than any fucking corporation can, because the corporations focus on making money. They don't focus on innovation. They're very complacent, just as the conservatives are complacent. The companies, a lot, unless they're up and coming industries, if they're old corporations, they tend to be complacent, and they'll just stick to whatever's worked before. They don't innovate. And we need innovators. We need people that are going to come up with new technologies nobody else has in the world, and then we can sell those technologies to other countries for a pretty price and pay back on our debt. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to have to pay taxes, and at minimum wage, as a lot of people are working at these low wage jobs, unless you can outperform the Indians who have got math skills, and they're more diligent, and they got good work ethic, and even if they scam you on the phone, they are loyal to what they're trying to do, and they've got good stuff and bad stuff with them. But the thing is that they're kind of orthogonal to our culture, and you know, they're also really easy to negotiate with. When they're on your side, when they're not on your side, they're very hard to negotiate with, I'm sure. But they will kick every lawyer, every insurance policy, insurance worker, anybody especially in business institutions, pretty much anything they approach, they tend to master and kick our ass at. Just the same way that the Japanese can, just the same way that the Germans can. They all have probably a good vendetta to kind of do us in, because we're the big guy, we're the bully in the world, and if they can own us or take us down, they will do it. And the only thing we've got going for us is whatever we can throw into our research institutions. Kind of, if you're going to remove policy and make things better, I would do it to the research institutions that we've got in our country, not the corporations. The corporations need more whistleblowing, because they have no intention of doing consumers or the people in this country good. Their greatest intention is making money, whereas the government, their greatest intention is doing good for the people, as long as they're not being paid by the corporations. So we need to kick the corporations out, drain the swamp, put in laws in place to prevent corporations from taking over our government. Because even though we're trying to separate church and state, we should also separate private industry and state. There shouldn't be any private industry integrated with our government unless they have innovated technologies that we need, or that we probably figure we can distribute and sell to other countries and make, fix our debt problem. And the reason why we have a debt problem is because we just went through a pandemic when we had to pay off a lot of people, but there was debt even before that from other things that the country had to do. There's all these stupid conservative Republican people we bring in, or people that are hired by corporations. You know, even Obama was probably that way. The rich nominate the people we vote for, and they bring these people in, and we think they're doing work for us, and they're not really serving us at all. They're serving the corporations, um, going after wars and things, and leaving us in debt. And they don't have a problem. They'll just move to some island somewhere else, you know, and live out their life thinking that they were really something, you know. We can't let those people take over our country. And if we just get distracted by each other, we're doing them a service, because it's what they're pushing for. They're controlling all of our media and stuff like that to try to keep us distracted as much as possible, so that they can continue to obstruct justice in our government. And so really what's happening here is the corporations are using our government to put through laws against us, so that we can't keep the corporations from basically getting all of our country's resources. And they're systematically doing that to every single country, and eventually they'll run out of countries to suck resources for, and we'll basically have a dead planet as a result of that. It may be like Mad Max, who knows, or some dystopian future. But at least I wasn't saying this in chat. It looks like we might actually make it easier for TR to win this thing. You know, just gotta really keep pushing for this. Make it really easier. I really wish these guys coming down the left flank would stop taking back land, because there's no way we're gonna win this. And I think we're already, yeah, it's head to head. Hopefully TR does win. I hope TR wins. I mean, it sounds cruel, but what NC did to us and they did to TR, hell yeah. Let's stick it to them. But why are we still pushing this stupid base taking down there? Is it just, who is that's doing that? It's nobody's. Abyss. Abyss doing it. Bullshit. Abyss, you fucking suck. You should just let TR take the bases. Just let them take it. Because we're screwing it to the man, you know. We're giving it to the man. And the man was NC. They were the bullies. They're still bullying us. TR not doing shit to us. I hope they won. Fucking nuclear conglomerate. We didn't do enough in that to make TR win. They won it anyhow, just to spite us. We're just total losers. Yeah, as I said, Vanu's total losers. I mean, they don't understand justice or anything, you know. We're from both factions, right? We're from both factions. We've been in the other factions. It isn't that they're so much enemies. They're kind of our old kin. And we came to the Vanu. There are very few people that start on Vanu and stay on Vanu. I mean, there is a lot of people, but then people don't do that because Vanu's ugly. I mean, who wants to be in spandex disco and your Max looks like a transgender Max? I mean, sorry to say that, I'm LGBTQ plus, but seriously, you know, it does. And if you're out there fighting a war, you want something that looks like a male, something that's really going to kick ass. And our Maxes, they give them high heel shoes. What's with that? You know, we're like the disco faction, and I mean, maybe that's great for us. Then that when we win, it makes them feel bad because disco dancers kick their ass, you know. But okay, I'm just gonna go right out and do the shit. I'm gonna go and spawn at Howling and just like start really taking bases. So we just jump up to Howling as fast as possible, because they're going to be doing it too, and we go and we start taking bases before they even have time to think. So get my sniper guy, go out, drop it on a point, just slow him down so that we can get there fast enough to do the same, to go in on him. So yeah, and so this guy is a good dropper. So I'm going to get this guy, Scythe. We're going to go out full as fast as possible, and I'm going to go out for this tier base this way, first chance. And that's is that the, yeah, that's it. I don't know, that was ours. I don't know why I did that. Oh, we have sunken arena. I did it wrong. We'll do it again. We'll get it this time. I'm just a retard, I admit it. So okay, so you see how I know they've got to be in there. Are they in there? No, not yet. Okay, let's do it. Okay, and this may not be the best approach. We'll do it anyhow. Okay, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. They're probably going to expect for us to take that, but I'm going to go for tower because it's got more shit that you can take. Yeah, drop there, and so I have to go this way around, upstairs. Yeah, okay, yeah. Upstairs. Yeah. Man, you have to go. One of these days I'm going to learn how to land my guy right on that thing. So do this. And then I'm going to go. See, that guy just jumped in there. So I'm going to jump out here. And then we're going to go over here as fast as possible. Jump up, top. Maybe I can do this. Ah, there's that. Yeah, he was on it. So that's, and then we go here, we do the same thing. I'm picking a fight. Yeah, they're already here. And see already at Howling. I started Mao. All air. ESFs. Galaxy. Etc. And I'm going to do this. Bump, bump, bump. And we're going to get rid of the vehicle terminal as quick as possible. Okay, there we go. Don't. Hey, there we go. Bye. There we go. That was that. Gotta wait until my troops get here. And well, let's do a max with double bursters. Okay, double bursters. Double burster time. You want to do this? Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to, since it looks like we got some guys here, I'm going to, let's do the max again. I can. Okay, NG. Let's do it NG C4. So I fix it, and then I C4 it afterward. So I go drop down, fix. They're going to want that, but then I'm going to throw some C4 on it. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm going to do this, put up an ant. Damn, I can't even do that. Well, if they drop down on it. So I wait until my nanite boosters ran out, didn't it? My character? No, I still have them. Okay. So if that thing converts, it's gone. Okay, there we go. And drop down. Ant. Okay, drop the ant over here. And yeah, they're mostly on that side, so the Sunday's on that side. And we'll bring it over to this side. So there we go. Okay. C4 ant. C4 ant. Tank gets it. Tank. Tank. Term. C4. Okay. That's the way you want it. Okay, come on. It's gone. By the way, happy birthday. Birthday, Lisa. Oops, wrong. By the way, happy birthday, Lisa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Infiltrator. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Let's see, is this yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll put this there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I have a sensor shield 5. Do you have that? No, he doesn't. Skull Crusher. Yeah, you need a Spitfire, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? That's wrong. I thought I had my sensor shield of 5 on, and didn't I? That was wrong. There we go. And so if we do this, I get hit again, and he, yeah. Let's try this guy. Put that out there. Maybe one here, like right there. And put this guy here. And stick this here. Mm-hmm. 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 Let's see. Let's see, there's probably mines down there. Oop. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, knew I was there. What you don't know is that I'm a slingshotter, and a slingshotter has special tricks up his sleeves, and you're going to be hating it for the next couple of hours, because I'm going to be dropping C4 on you all the time, and this is where our feed ends.